Hey, it's Miles Beckler again, and in this video we're going to look into a little bit of who is Miles Beckler and how did I embark on this path of entrepreneurship, and that'll kind of segue into why I think it's so important for everyone to be thinking about, and obviously for you to really look into and to follow this path, because if you found this message, you're definitely wondering about becoming an entrepreneur, how to do it, what steps are involved. So this is going to be a bit about my history, and I'm going to jump right in and try to keep it short and brief. First time I ever got attempted entrepreneurship, I was about 12 years old, maybe 11 years old, and looking in the free classifieds that reached my parents' house, I actually wanted to spend my allowance on a $40 product that said make money stuffing envelopes. And I thought that was wow, I could do that. I'm 12, I know I could fold paper, put in envelope, stamp, I'm on that. That is within my capabilities. My dad, on the other hand, was a little skeptical, and rightfully so. We received a package in the mail maybe 3 days later after mailing off the money, and the package was about a 2-page notebook, and it essentially said, photocopy this notebook, run the exact ad you saw in every newspaper you can, and when people mail you money, send them this notebook. My dad was devastated, just, garbly, can't believe that, and somehow that was fulfilling to me. I needed that at that point on my path, and it didn't deter me. So fast forward, I'm in my college years, and a friend, I was doing college radio, and a friend from my college radio station told me about a system, a hustle, if you will, a way to leverage MySpace at the time and drive traffic from MySpace to affiliate websites and to make money when people signed up or took certain actions. It's called CPA, cost per action type marketing. I jumped in both feet, and within a few months I started making decent money. I was living at home, going to college at the time still, and I was generating maybe $1,000, $2,000 a month, and at that point I decided to move out. I relocated to a new area, got a job, and kept doing the side hustle. And one day it all disappeared. There was a terms of service change from MySpace, and all of a sudden I was no longer able to do this kind of linking, and the income completely disappeared. I had no other assets, I had nothing left. In this process, I realized the value of building an email list. It was a very hard lesson to learn. I was about to literally quit my job. I was in the planning stages of quitting my job and relying fully on this income when it totally dried up. Had I been building an email list at that time, I would have had an asset that I owned that I would have been able to leverage for the future, and I would have been able to continue to mail offers, continue to build a relationship with that list, but I didn't. So that was kind of the hard learning. After that, you fast forward again, and it was another attempt after I met my wife, Melanie. We had similar interests in meditation, and she had learned a skill that was a type of meditation she was able to create, and we decided that we wanted to take this out to the world. This time we built it with an email list on the front end, so most of our efforts go and drive people towards a free offer for them to opt in for, and then we have a follow-up sequence that helps them know, like, and trust Melanie, who's kind of the face and voice of that brand. And I run a lot of the tech on the backside of the website. That started in 2009. I'm recording this in August of 2016. It's been our full-time gig for several years now, and it's been a noteworthy part-time gig for us for several years as well before that. So it's true that it can happen. And in this day and age, there's some things going on in our world. Things are getting mechanized. McDonald's is no longer going to need people to work at McDonald's to make hamburgers. Truckers are no longer going to be needed to drive trucks down and up the highways to deliver products to stores. I mean, even you go to a grocery store and they're removing the number of human beings required to check out, and the inventory management system and the electronic systems are even ordering replacements when they get low on products. You don't even need product managers in some of these situations now. And part of the result of this, or the kind of fallout from this, is there's more people not in the workforce right now than at any time in the past. And although the unemployment numbers are looking fair at this point in time, a lot of people have just given up and they're just not even entering the workforce, so they don't even appear on that unemployment number. So the world's changing is, I guess, what I'm getting at. And I realized that my father worked for the same company for about 33 years. He was in the newspaper industry, which has obviously had a very difficult time with the internet coming in the Bay Area, running the IT back end, kind of managing the information technologies for several newspapers in the Bay Area. And about a year and a half, 2 years before his full retirement, they decided to let him go. And they laid him off, and it saved them money. They didn't have to pay as much for him on his retirement, for his pension. And they brought in someone who was way less expensive with zero experience. And it helped me realize how fragile the idea of relying on a boss, relying on a corporation to take care of me. And that all happened right around when Melanie and I had started our website. And we were fresh out of college when we really dug in. We lived very lean for many years. We still live very lean, even though we travel a lot. We're often traveling a place where we can get a lot more for our money than we could in my hometown in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I like the lifestyle more, but that's for another video. So really, I'm going to wrap this up at this point, I promise. But there's a couple of key lessons and a couple of key things I wanted to mention, a couple of key ideas. Number one is that the idea of job security in this kind of corporate-dominated world we're in right now is false, especially if you're fresh out of college, if you're a millennial, if you're under 30. The job market is just, I mean, it's a joke. That phrase, job market, is an absolute joke. There are no jobs, period. So what's required is for us to make our own jobs. And that's what Melanie and I have done. We tried opportunity seeking. I've kind of been an opportunity seeker, not in a good way. I've done MLM. I've told you that one story when I was 12. I've always looked for these kind of like, I don't want to call them schemes, but these like the magic systems that just do this and you'll make thousands and thousands of dollars, and they've all failed. I've spent thousands of dollars. I've tried dozens of these things, several network marketing companies. It can be done right. It never worked for me, but we realized how to build a true business, and it was all about building an audience, building an email list, and caring about those people on the email list and helping them achieve their goals and fulfill their desires and their dreams. And that's where we're going. So that's why I had to set up the conversation in this second video here. And I'm going to take you on that path. I'm going to teach you literally tactical, what we did to accomplish that, and what we're doing now to broaden our reach and to reach millions of people a week. And I'm also going to continue on the philosophy of it. So if you're in a position right now where you feel a little bit lost, or you feel like the world's changed and you don't know where you fit in, let's let that be okay. Love that, because what it means is there's new opportunity for you, and we're going to explore that, and we're going to learn how you can learn one new skill and take that one new skill and work it and rework it in several ways and really create a business, and not just a job, like a business, assets that you own that can pay you for years and years and years after you complete the work. You get enough of these going and you can build true passive income, not fake, hypey, do what I do and you'll make 10,000. No, none of that at all. This is real deal, grassroots, serious, brick by brick business building is what we're going to encounter. And I'm going to wrap it at that point. I've been rambling too long. I do appreciate your time. I hope that story resonated with you. If you had any aha moments, or if you have any questions for me at all, just leave me a comment below. I'm happy to engage. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, and I'm going to bring some more of this information to you and start to get into the steps you can take to build this kind of a business yourself, because that is the answer. Thank you very much for your time. Again, I'm Miles Beckler, and I do appreciate you.